You're 10 feet down on a tropical reef. The water is warm. Light still filters through. Reef fish drift past in every direction, and at the base of a coral head, something is watching you. Two eyes mounted on stalks, moving independently, scanning you. The animal is 6 inches long. It looks like a shrimp painted with every neon from a dive bar sign. But underneath that head, folded against its body like a locked spring, there are 2 appendages. And if you make the mistake of sticking your finger into that hole, what happens next will take less than 0.003 of a second. The appendage will snap forward with the same acceleration as a .22 caliber bullet. Not the same impact force, the same acceleration. The distinction matters, and most documentaries get it wrong. The strike generates 1,500 newtons of force. That number probably means nothing to you. Fair enough. It's roughly the force of a full adult kick, except it's coming from an appendage the size of your thumbnail. The water behind the strike vaporizes, forms a bubble, and that bubble collapses, releasing a flash of light and temperatures that approach the surface of the sun. A bone in your finger will snap. That's a mantis shrimp, and what just happened to you? It does thousands of times in its life to crack open snail shells. Snails. All that violence for a snail. If a human hit with the same power-to-size ratio, their fist would punch through a concrete wall. The mantis shrimp fits in the palm of your hand. And the most improbable part isn't the punch or the sun bubble. It's what researchers found inside its brain in 2017. We'll get there. To understand how a crustacean the size of a pencil developed this weapon, you have to go back 400 million years to an arms race that nobody won. Mollusks hardened their shells, layer after layer, generation after generation. The mantis shrimp answered with an escalation that nothing else in nature has matched. It didn't evolve a good punch. It solved 5 problems that, one by one, should never have had a solution. The first, hitting something underwater. If you've ever tried to throw a punch in a swimming pool, you already know the answer. It doesn't work. Your arm slows to a crawl halfway through. Water is 800 times denser than air. It absorbs energy like a wall of cotton. And even if you solve the density problem, there's a harder wall behind it. Muscles. Muscle fibers have a ceiling on how fast they can contract. They can be strong, or they can be fast, never both at the same instant. That's a hard biological limit. No crustacean on Earth has the muscles to break through it. Neither does the mantis shrimp. Its muscles are no stronger than a crab's of the same size, but it doesn't use its muscles to strike. It uses them to load. In the upper segment of its appendage, there's a piece of chitin curved into a saddle shape, like a Pringle. That's a biological spring. When the animal prepares to strike, its muscles compress that saddle slowly, while microstructures lock everything in place. Energy builds. Nothing moves. The animal is still. This is the moment divers describe as unsettling. The mantis shrimp touching its prey, positioning it, waiting. It's not hesitating. It's loading. Then the latch releases. All the stored energy dumps at once through a lever system that amplifies the motion. Result? 100 times more power than the muscles alone could ever produce. The appendage hits 51 miles per hour, 10 times faster than a Mike Tyson punch. Acceleration? Over 10,000 Gs. A fighter pilot blacks out at 9. The mantis shrimp didn't beat the muscle limit. It made the muscle limit irrelevant. If this weapon is so effective, 400 million years of survival, 2 mass extinctions cleared. Why hasn't everything else on the reef evolved the same thing? The answer is the cost. And it's brutal. The strike lands. The snail is destroyed. But there's a problem nobody saw coming. The same impact that breaks the shell should destroy the fist. Because the appendage doesn't just strike. It moves so fast that when it bounces back after impact, it rips a pocket of vacuum out of the water. Pressure drops so suddenly that the water vaporizes on the spot. A bubble forms, a cavitation bubble. That bubble doesn't last. The surrounding pressure slams it shut in microseconds. And when it collapses, the energy focuses on a single point. Shockwave. Sonic crack. Flash of light. Estimated temperature at the center of the bubble? Several thousand degrees. Within a few hundred degrees of the surface of the sun. The prey takes 2 hits. The physical strike, then the implosion. This phenomenon, cavitation, is the same process that eats through military submarine propellers and destroys hydraulic turbines within months. Engineers spend millions trying to prevent it. The mantis shrimp triggers it on purpose. Every strike, thousands of times in its life. For a snail, that's the cost. Cavitation destroys everything it touches, including the fist that creates it. Steel and bronze propellers get chewed apart in months. So how does a biological fist survive for 20 years? The question stayed open for decades. And when Sheila Patek, the Duke biologist who spent 20 years studying these animals, first filmed the impacts, she noticed something. The cavitation wasn't random. Some strikes produced 4 force peaks in sequence, evenly spaced. Her conclusion? It looked like an adaptation, not a byproduct. The answer came in February 2025. A team at Northwestern published in the journal Science the discovery of what they called a phononic shield inside the club. In plain English, 2 layers of armor. The outer layer deflects cracks before they spread. The inner layer filters the shock waves, the ones that destroy cells, and blocks them from traveling back up the arm. The animal doesn't resist its own strikes, it filters them. A material that human engineering still can't reproduce, inside the fist of a 6-inch crustacean. The U.S. Air Force and Navy are funding a $7.5 million program to replicate it. Combat helmets, body armor, aircraft hulls. They haven't cracked it yet. That's why nothing else on the reef punches. The weapon without the shield is suicide. And the shield took 400 million years to build. Up to this point, you might think we're talking about a machine, a spring with a shield and a good amplifier. But this is where the story turns, because this mechanism can kill anything on the reef, including another mantis shrimp. So how did the species survive? Good burrows on a reef are rare, and every mantis shrimp carries a weapon that can kill another mantis shrimp. If every territorial dispute ended with a .22 caliber impact on unshielded tissue, the species would have gone extinct millions of years ago. They invented a protocol. The tail of a mantis shrimp, the telson, is a reinforced shield built with the same structure as the club. When 2 smashers face off over a burrow, the fight is ritualized. One curls up and presents its armored tail. The other strikes, full power. Then they switch, round after round. The first to give up backs off and surrenders the burrow. No death, no fatal injuries. A duel between 2 armed animals with rules. more civilized than most human conflicts over a parking spot. And bluffing is part of the game. After a molt, when the exoskeleton is soft and the club temporarily useless, some species keep displaying threat postures, as if the weapon still worked. The opponent can't check without risking a hit. They exploit that. They lie. And the most unexpected detail, some of the same species, the ones that fight with hammers over holes in the coral, are monogamous. One pair, one burrow, up to 20 years together. Both parents guard the eggs in shifts. The same animal that shatters tempered glass forms bonds longer than most human marriages. A loaded spring, a dueling protocol, bluffing, stable couples. This is no longer a machine. But we haven't reached the strangest part yet. Because a fist that fires in 0.003 of a second is useless if it misses. The mantis shrimp evolved the most complex visual targeting system in the animal kingdom. Each eye moves independently. Each eye sees in 3 dimensions on its own. Together, 6 focal points. And inside each eye, 12 to 16 types of photoreceptors. Ours, 3. In theory, it should see the world like a Monet painting on acid. In practice, it's the opposite. It distinguishes fewer color shades than we do. With 16 receptors, it should see more finely, but its system doesn't compare. It scans. Think of a barcode. Each receptor says yes or no to a narrow band of the spectrum. Less resolution, but near-instant recognition. When your decision has to happen in thousandths of a second, you don't want nuance. You want certainty. And some of its receptors don't deal with color at all. They detect something you've probably never heard of: circular polarization, a type of light where the electric field rotates in a spiral. No other animal perceives this. None. And some mantis shrimp species produce circular polarization patterns on their bodies, visible only to their own kind. A private communication channel, invisible to every predator on the reef. 400 million years of biological encryption. The internet didn't invent anything. The spring strikes. The eyes aim. But who's driving? This is the part we promised you. In 2017, researchers at the University of Arizona opened the brain of a mantis shrimp, and they found structures that, according to every textbook, should not have been there. Mushroom bodies, the memory and learning centers found in insects, flies, bees, ants. Never in a crustacean. Never. The team tested 14 morphological criteria. The mantis shrimp passed every one. And the behavior confirms it. It positions its prey with its antennae. It selects the optimal strike point based on shell shape. Tall or round, it doesn't hit the same spot. It recognizes individual neighbors. It adjusts strategy based on past fights. And it finds its way home after a hunt using visual landmarks and path integration. That navigation ability was thought to be limited to ants and bees. This is not a reflex with a good spring attached. This is a predator that perceives a world nothing else shares, remembers what it saw, evaluates options, bluffs when it needs to, and chooses when to strike. In a 6-inch body, under a piece of coral. That's what they found inside its brain. And that's the part that should disturb you most. Not the punch, not the sun bubble. The fact that something that fits in your hand may have solved intelligence before we did. Stomatopods split from the rest of crustaceans 400 million years ago. Over 520 species. Most of them live in a hole. Science has studied a fraction. The Phononic shield we figured out this year. The mushroom bodies in 2017. The cavitation in 2004. Every decade, we discover an entire system we hadn't seen. A spring that makes muscles irrelevant. Armor the military can't copy. A social protocol between armed individuals. A communication channel no one else can see. And a brain its own lineage was never supposed to produce. All of it inside an animal you can hold in your hand. And we've barely begun to understand the first mechanism.